Hello everybody, welcome to the decks of the weekend. In front of me I had Blue-Red Murktide because this deck won a couple of things that went on this weekend. First, it was the Mox Showcase champion Mauro Sasso, gracias por tanto, from Argentina. He went 3-0 and then won the final, so went 4-0 undefeated with this version of Blue-Red Murktide. Blue-Red Murktide also won the qualifier that happened on Sunday. Over 200 players there. The two lists are not the same as they often happens with this deck. A lot of different changes here and there, but overall, maybe like, let's say 65 of 75 cards similar. This list in particular has a Stern Scolding main over Spell Snare. It also only has 3 Channelers and 3 Shredders, so most lists are playing 4 Channeler, 2 Shredder. This one is playing 3 and 3. The winner of the PTQ, in fact, had 0 Shredder, and I think he had 4 Merc that region. So again, there isn't there isn't the same line of thoughts on this archetype, but it is definitely a deck that can be built to attack the metagame, which is very combo-oriented. A lot of Rhinos players are back this weekend. Rhinos is probably the most popular deck in the top 8s. Amulet, little bit, much less Amulet in the top 8s, and as always you see Scam, Rhinos, Yawgmoth, and in this case Blue-Red Murktide dominating the whole thing. So very happy about that. Definitely makes me happier since I still don't know what to play at the RC in Ghent. I have played a PTQ as well with Coffers. Actually, I played Rakdos Coffers. I even trophied a league with it. I decided to splash red for Fable. If you're interested in this deck and have listened to the Carnis podcast, watched some of my content, made a couple of trophies with this deck. Still don't think it's the best or anything. Maybe a good meta call since this deck beats up on Murktide and Scam, but you do still lose to it. For example, in my PTQ I lost to Murktide and Scam, so it's not that this deck is like, just easy cruising. So still not sure what to do. Feel like I'm a little bit lost in the modern testing for the upcoming regional championship. Today I played a little bit of Yawgmoth. That deck also seems very good, but I just don't want to pick it up since I don't know very much how that works, and that's really difficult modern deck selection. Also today I'll start the recordings over there at Mango's workshop. The office is ready, the cameras have all arrived, so that is definitely where my top priority is right now, the content making. I still hope to do my best in Gendo. Maybe, all these most recent results with Murktide, winning Mox, winning the PTQ, and may make me want to consider strongly Blue-Red Murktide again. The Cyborg is interesting. I like the Brazen Boar as an answer to Little of the Void. I don't like the Cursed Totem and the Hearse. I think those cards are quite underpowered. Surely Cursed Totem is good against Yogg, but I don't know. I just never felt like it was that good and what this deck wanted. Brother Zudent over Dressed Down. I can see Brother Zudent being good against Yogg as a way to kill Cauldron. I might try that. Of course, though, I would really not when I have Cursed Totem and Brother Zudent together, trying to kill Cauldron. But anyway, this is my modern version of today. I wanted to go over a format that I don't really play, don't really cover that much, but it is very interesting now because it's the format of the regional championship qualifier, and that is standard. So quickly showing you that Esper won the challenge by Mogged. We're gonna hear more of Mogged later as he also won the Pauper challenge, so we're gonna show the Pauper version of Mogged. But my deck of the weekend for standard wanted to be this Gruul aggro. So what's going on here? So this deck won an RCQ in America by Harlan Fear, and it is something that I actually have to read a lot of these cards, and let's do it together. So this is a Gruul deck. It's playing 4 copies of Gingerbrute, because you can actually pump this very well in this deck with Ozolith. But let's read here. What do we have? Thieving Wormlet. This is a 1/1/1 that has Death Touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts, and of course this deck has plenty. There's even the maps from the Sentinel of Nameless City. Whenever an artifact comes into play, you gain a life. If this is the first time this ability to resolve this turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on this. So this 1/1 can grow. You have the Iron Apprentice, which comes to play with a +1/+1 counter, and when it dies, you move that counter. It's like a modular, basically. You have another card that I had to read, which is Quirion Beastcaller, a 2-mana 2/2 that gets a +1/+1 counter when you cast a creature spell. This deck has 29 creatures, so basically just mono creatures and very, very few spells. And when it dies, you move those counters away. You have more ways to put counters in Inti and Vodalian Thrill-Seeker with the backup mechanic. And then again, you have Agatha's Cauldron to make so that you get the Ginger Brute ability. This is actually how I remember I won the invite to the Pro Tour. I was playing Draft and I had Cauldron and Ginger Brute in my deck, so that was cool. The Mana Base even has a creature land in the form of Mishra's Foundry. In the set, there's another card that I have to read. It's Invigorating Hot Springs. It comes into play with 4+1/+1 counter on it. It's an enchantment. That's very weird. Modified creature of Ace. The modified creature are the one with counters, for example, and you can remove a counter and you move the counter elsewhere, but only as a sorcery and only once per turn. Again, it's very cool to me that I have to read all those cards, because that means that, well, Standard is a completely new format, right? You not only play the new card, but you also just play like cards that didn't really see that much play before, like, maybe this Thieving Wormlet. That's a card I definitely missed from Brothers War, but it's nice to see it here. And yeah, this is this is not cheap. This deck is not cheap. I'm not going to be there, oh yeah, this deck is a good option, because Cauldron is expensive, and, Poseiju and stuff like that. But maybe still cheaper than playing Shieldred, or maybe you have the Cauldron from your Modern collection and you want to port it over to Standard RCQ. I don't know if my area will have some Standard RCQ. I know that we'll have some sealed. It's really difficult to just focus and follow Magic organized play when feels like it's not. You have you build the deck for like 2 events and then that's it. Kind of what happened with Pioneer, which wasn't amazing. Something similar is maybe happening with Standard, but outside of the bad things, if you do have a community of Standard, and if you have RCQs, many RCQs in your area, it's definitely a fun format to play. I definitely at time miss Standard when we talk about it on the Carnies, which is our podcast that we have every week. Tomorrow we're gonna have a recording, so yeah, check that out if you want to know more about Standard. Let's go over to Pauper then. In Pauper, I wanted to show you this Blue-Black Terror by Mogd. He won the challenge, and Blue-Black Terror is something that used to be super popular, months ago. And ever since Mono Blue picked up the Cryptic Serpent and the Murmuring Mystic, people just went out from black. But but I guess this deck probably wins the mirror match. You have Snuff Out, which is fantastic, and also Cast Down to kill these things. You have Fangs, which you can just beat the blue, the red decks without having to play 8 red blast. Although you play 5, so it's kind of similar. You have 3 Deep Analysis, which is very good to mill with your Thought Scour, Mental Note, and Phalaji Archaeologist. Crow from the Cellar is also another very nice one. It's a way to return your dead creature or the one that you mill, and it is even a slashback, so it's card advantage. Overall, Pauper challenges is a world of grinders and very expert players. The final was between Beko de Gay and Mogd, the 2 people that have won countless Pauper challenges. In particular, as I said, Mogd won 2 challenges the same day. It's super impressive, and just an extreme level of confidence when playing on the online. When I play online, I'm much less focused than in papers. I'm sure that it's the same on the contrary for other people. But overall, this is definitely a deck I'm interested in. Last week I talked to you about Blue-Red Scred. That's a deck that I have played in my local league, and I have made a video with it. Will go out soon. Actually, let me double check, because tonight I have a video scheduled. I think it's Blue-White Coggates. Yeah, Blue-White Coggates goes out tonight. I am now scheduling a Pauper video per week, so if you're interested in Pauper, I definitely am liking the format again, so there's a lot more content than it used to be in the past months. So yeah, stay tuned for tonight, 8 p.m. European time. I'll have the Blue-White Coggates video, and then again, one every week. So thank you for watching the deck of the weekend. stay tuned for Mango's workshop video out in the next weeks. But yeah, make sure to check the channel and have a great week.